am your husband, Risi. I did not die from sickness, I was murdered.
The goat spoke with her dead husband's voice. Risi, it is me. Mama Risi fell to her knees, trembling. The black goat she had kept for 3 years stood before her in the moonlight, eyes glowing with impossible recognition. When it opened its mouth again, the voice that emerged shattered everything she thought she knew about death. I did not die from sickness, the goat said. I was murdered. The village of Ebekoro wept the day Okande died. He collapsed during the harvest festival. Strong one moment, convulsing the next. Foam spilled from his mouth. His eyes rolled back. Mama Risi held him as life drained away, screaming his name until her voice gave out. The herbalist examined the body and shook his head. A sudden sickness. The spirits called him home. But Mama Risi could not accept it. Okande was only 32, healthy, full of life. How does a man like that simply stop? Her friend Aleno stayed by her side through everything, cooked her meals, washed her clothes, held her when the grief became unbearable. You must be strong, Aleno whispered, stroking Risi's hair. Okande would want you to survive this. Risi nodded, grateful. She did not know that the woman comforting her was the same woman who had killed her husband. 2 months after Okande's death, a black goat wandered into Mama Risi's compound. No one knew where it came from. It simply appeared one morning, standing by her gate, as if it had always belonged there. When she tried to shoo it away, the goat refused to leave. It followed her everywhere, to the market, to the stream, even stood outside her door at night like a guardian. The villagers thought it strange, but Mama Risi felt comforted. Something about the goat's presence eased her loneliness. She named it Taru and let it stay. Over the months, Taru became known throughout Ebekoro for his unusual behavior. He understood commands like a dog. He protected Mama Risi from threats, once headbutting a thief who tried to steal from her garden. He stared at people with unsettling intelligence, as if reading their souls. That goat is not normal, the elders whispered. Perhaps it carries a spirit, the herbalist suggested. Mama Risi dismissed the rumors. Taru was just special, that was all. But deep down, she felt it too. Sometimes when Taru looked at her, she saw something familiar in his eyes, something that made her heart ache with a grief she could not name. 3 years after Okande's death, Mama Risi woke to screaming. Not human screaming, animal screaming, but with a tone that raised every hair on her body. She stumbled outside to find Taru standing rigid by the gate, trembling violently, staring into the darkness. Taru, she called softly, what is wrong? The goat turned toward her. His eyes caught the moonlight and seemed to glow. His mouth opened, and he spoke. Risi! The world tilted. Mama Risi's legs buckled. She grabbed the wall to keep from collapsing. No, she whispered. No, no, no. Risi, the goat said again, clearer now. It is me. Her heart knew before her mind could accept it. That voice, that specific tone, the way he said her name, with that slight pause, that gentle emphasis Okande always used. Okande. The name tore from her throat like a prayer and a scream combined. The goat stepped closer. Yes, my wife, I have returned. Mama Risi collapsed onto her knees, sobbing so hard she could not breathe. This cannot be real. Spirits do not. Goats do not. You are dead. I buried you. I mourned you. I died, yes, Okande's voice said through Taru's mouth, but not from sickness. The air went cold. What do you mean? I was poisoned, Risi. Murdered. The word hung in the air like smoke. Mama Risi shook her head violently. No! Who could? Someone close to us, the goat said. Someone who smiled in your face while my blood was still warm on her hands. Mama Risi felt bile rise in her throat. Her? Who? Tell me, the goat's eyes blazed. Aleno. Mama Risi could not breathe, could not think. The name echoed in her skull like a death drum. No, she gasped. Aleno is my friend. She helped me. She stayed with me when you died. She stayed to make sure the poison worked, Okande interrupted, his voice heavy with sorrow. She wanted to watch me die. But why? Risi's voice cracked. Why would she hurt you? Hurt us? Because she loved me, the goat said quietly. Long before you and I married, Aleno wanted me, but I never saw her as anything more than a sister. She buried that rejection deep, let it rot into jealousy. When she saw how happy we were together, it destroyed her. Mama Risi remembered now. Small moments she had dismissed. The way Aleno's smile sometimes did not reach her eyes. How she always found excuses to visit when Okande was home. The strange tension in the room when the three of them were together. The night of the festival, Okande continued, Aleno brought me palm wine, said it was a gift from her father. I drank it to be polite. Within an hour, I was dying. She brought you wine that night, Mama Risi whispered, the memory surfacing like a drowning body. I remember. She said it was blessed by the herbalist for good fortune. It was blessed with poison, Okande said. She used powdered roots from the devil's cherry plant, slow-acting, untraceable. The symptoms look like sudden illness. Mama Risi pressed her hands to her face, a wail building in her chest. And I let her comfort me. I cried in her arms. I thanked her for staying with me. Oh, God's Okande, I let your murderer hold me. You did not know, the goat said gently. She played her part perfectly. How long have you been here, in Taru? Since the beginning, the ancestors heard my cries from the spirit world. They knew I died unjustly. So they sent my spirit back, bound to this goat's body, to seek justice. But I could only watch, only wait, until tonight, when the moon reached its fullness and gave me the power to speak. Mama Risi looked at Taru, really looked, and saw it now. The way he had always positioned himself between her and Aleno during visits. The way he had bleated warnings when Aleno came too close. The way he had watched over her for 3 years with a devotion that went beyond animal instinct. You have been protecting me all this time, she whispered. Always, Okande said. And I always will, but Risi, there is something else you must know. Her blood turned to ice. What? Aleno plans to kill you too. She suspects you are starting to question things, Okande explained. You have been pulling away from her lately, and she has noticed. She thinks if she eliminates you now, no one will ever connect her to my death. She will be free. Mama Risi felt fury ignite beneath her fear. Then what do? We expose her, the goat said. Tomorrow night, in front of the entire village. How? Invite her here. Tell her you want to thank her for everything she has done, that you are finally ready to move forward with your life. She will come, thinking she has won. But the villagers will be watching, and when the time is right, I will speak. Mama Risi's hands trembled. If we do this, there is no going back. The village will either believe us or think we have both gone mad. The truth is the truth, Okande said. Whether they believe it or not, it must be spoken. Mama Risi stood slowly, wiping her tears. Her grief was transforming into something harder, sharper, purpose. Then tomorrow, she said, we end this. The next evening, Mama Risi prepared her compound carefully. A pot of palm wine, 2 stools, the gate left slightly open, an invitation for curious neighbors to linger. When Aleno arrived, she wore her best wrapper and a smile that made Risi's stomach turn. "You look better," Aleno said cheerfully. "I am so glad you are finally healing." "I am," Mama Risi said, forcing warmth into her voice. "Thanks to you, I wanted to honor your friendship tonight. Please sit, drink with me." Aleno's eyes flickered with something Risi could not quite read. Satisfaction, relief, anticipation. They sat, they drank, they talked about nothing. Then Taru emerged from the shadows. Aleno stiffened. "That goat. Why do you still keep it? It is unnatural." "He protects me," Mama Risi said quietly. "The way Okande used to." Aleno's smile faltered. "Okande is gone, sister. You must let go." "Must I?" Risi tilted her head. "What if I told you I have been having dreams? Dreams where Okande tells me things. Secret things." Aleno's fingers tightened around her calabash. "Dreams mean nothing." "Do they?" The goat stepped forward. The evening breeze died. The world held its breath. Then Okande's voice filled the compound. "Aleno!" The calabash shattered on the ground. Aleno's face drained of all color. What sorcery is this?" "You know what this is," the goat said, stepping closer. "You have feared this moment since the day you murdered me." Aleno shot to her feet, backing away. "No, this is witchcraft. Someone is playing tricks." By now, neighbors had gathered at the gate, drawn by the commotion. They pressed forward, eyes wide with shock and terror as the goat continued speaking in a voice many of them recognized. "You poisoned me," Okande's voice rang out. "On the night of the harvest festival, you brought me wine mixed with devil's cherry root. You watched me die. You pretended to mourn. And then you comforted my widow while planning to kill her too." "Lies!" Aleno shrieked. "This goat is possessed. It is a demon." The village elder pushed through the crowd, his face grave. "That is Okande's voice. I would know it anywhere." "The ancestors have sent him back," another elder said, voice trembling, "to speak truth." Mama Risi stood, tears streaming down her face. "Aleno, why? I loved you like a sister. Why did you destroy us?" Aleno's composure cracked, her face twisted with rage and anguish. "Because he was supposed to be mine," she screamed. "I loved him first, before you, but he chose you, simple, quiet you, over me. It was not fair." The crowd gasped. "So, you killed him." Mama Risi's voice broke. "You killed the man you claimed to love." "If I could not have him," Aleno spat, "then neither could you." The elder raised his staff. "You have confessed before witnesses. You have murdered and plotted murder. The ancestors have revealed your evil, and now justice will be served." Aleno looked around wildly, seeing only condemnation in every face. She lunged toward the gate, but the villagers blocked her path. "No!" she wailed. "Please, I did not mean, it was not supposed to." But there was no escape. The men seized her arms. Her cries echoed across Ebekoro as they dragged her toward the elder's compound, where her fate would be decided. Mama Risi stood frozen, watching it all unfold like a terrible dream. When the crowd finally dispersed, only she and Taru remained. Mama Risi knelt before the goat, placing her hands gently on either side of his face. "Is it finished?" she whispered. "Yes," Okande said, his voice already beginning to fade. "Justice has been served. Now I can rest." "I do not want you to go," she sobbed. "Not again." "I never truly left," he said softly. "I was beside you every moment. Every night you cried, I was there. Every morning you woke to emptiness, I was there. I will always be with you, Risi. But not like this." The goat's legs trembled. The light in his eyes began to dim. "Thank you," Mama Risi whispered, holding him close. "Thank you for coming back. Thank you for protecting me.
thank you for loving me enough to fight your way back from death itself. I would cross 1,000 worlds for you, Okande murmured. Now live, my wife. Live fully, be happy again. That is the only thing I want now. Taru's body went still. The glow faded completely from his eyes. Mama Risi held the goat's lifeless form and wept, not with the raw, jagged grief of 3 years ago, but with the bittersweet ache of a final goodbye. They buried Taru beside Okande's grave at dawn. The entire village attended, speaking in hushed, reverent tones about the miracle they had witnessed. Some brought flowers, others brought prayers. Mama Risi placed a white stone on the fresh earth and whispered, "Rest now, beloved. Your work is done." Aleno was banished from Ebekoro, marked as a murderer and a traitor. Some said she went mad in her exile, forever haunted by the goat's voice. Others said she simply disappeared, swallowed by her own guilt. Mama Risi remained in the village. Over time, her grief transformed into strength. She became a keeper of stories, teaching the young ones about justice, truth, and the lengths love will travel, even beyond death, to protect what matters most. And on quiet nights, when the moon was full, the villagers swore they could sometimes hear a goat's bleat near Okande's grave. Not mournful, peaceful, a spirit finally at rest. If this story moved you, do not forget to like this video so others can discover it too. Drop a comment below telling me what shocked you the most about this tale. And if you want more unbelievable African folk tales like this one, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. New tales every week. Until next time, remember that not even death can hide the truth forever.